Hey Homeworthy fans, New York City interior designer Garrow Kedigian here. We're back in Paris, and while my contractor is busy chipping away at the construction of my apartment, I'm busy shopping for all the furniture pieces that go into it. We're here actually in the Paris flea markets. The flea markets are actually not in Paris. They're in a small town adjacent to Paris called Saint-Ouen, right by the Porte de Clignancourt. There are several markets that come off of the main spine of the Rue de Rossier, and the ones that I like to focus on are the Serpette market and the Paul Bert market. The Serpette market is the indoor market, and the Paul Bert market is the outdoor market. But here, the first place we start with is the Boutique de l'Entrepôt, which is right behind the Serpette and Paul Bert markets, where one of my favorite vendors is located. We're gonna go see Monique, but I always come prepared. I come with my furniture plan and a measuring tape, and I'm on a mission. I have a list of things to shop for because you can be very overwhelmed by the amount of things that are here to see. Let's go visit my friend Monique. I'm Garrow Kedigian, a New Yorker turned Francophile, so in love with the city of love that I just decided to purchase a pied-à-terre in the heart of Paris. Welcome to Chateau Garrow. It's located in an old building, and the apartment hasn't been touched since the 1970s. It's a complete gem, but it needs some major TLC. So the kitchen, out of all the rooms in this apartment, was actually the scariest space of all. I've invited Homeworthy to join me as I renovate it from top to bottom over the next few months. It won't be easy, but I'm determined to make her absolutely fabulous again. Hopefully, the board is going to approve it. We'll see. I hope you can come along for an inside look into this exciting journey.
You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story.
I always love to start with Monique's booth here in the flea market, only because when I tell people we're shopping the flea markets, isn't this exactly what you imagine the Paris flea markets would be? It really sets the tone. It's sort of magical, mysterious, a pile of wonderful curiosities. Monique's booth is all the way at the end, and she's waiting for us. Bonjour, Monique.
Bonjour.
Ça va?
Ça va. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. How are you doing?
Fine.
How are you doing? Come, let's see all the beautiful things that you have this time in your booth. Oh, I love this. Wow. Is it Murano?
No, it's French crystal.
It's almost like in Lalique,
And
right?
we are going to do the electric with the
A fabulous shade, yes. I love all your lampshades, actually. You do such beautiful work with those lampshades. They're gorgeous. So, we're looking for a few things today.
Okay, I got a pair of nice bedside period.
These are gorgeous, yes. I love these.
One has got drawer,
Yeah.
and the other one has got door.
Wonderful. So I'll start taking pictures of these things.
Door. It's period.
Oh, wow, that's great. Look at that.
And the other one is drawers.
I love that this is sort of a faux drawer.
It's period.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. What's the period?
Louis XVI.
Lovely. I love the inlay.
Inlay.
The inlay work is beautiful. Wow. C'est combien pour la paire?
1,600.
Wow, you see? Bargain. Love it. Fantastique. And one is drawers, and one is with a door.
Is drawers.
Perfect. It has inclusions as well.
Oui.
C'est Murano? Murano?
No, c'est French.
No? Oh.
From south of France.
Wow.
Gut.
It's gorgeous. Isn't that amazing? I love that.
Ça,
How
c'est-
clever is that? That's so clever. You can put the ice into this little compartment, and it actually fills the container with the cold air, but then the ice doesn't go into the beverage, which is wonderful. That's fabulous. I love that. And it's vintage?
Yes.
Lalique, peut-être?
No,
No.
c'est Biot from
Biot.
the
Oh, that's fabulous too. From the
south
south of France. Biot is a fabulous glass maker.
And the price is 250 euros.
Wow, that's a bargain. So I like to take pictures of all the pieces that I see in the Paris flea markets because, by the end of the day, you've seen so many things that you can't remember where everything is. So I'm quite systematic with taking pictures of the pieces that I see, and then I take a picture of the card of the vendor. In this instance, I know all of the things in Monique's booth, so I don't have to really take detailed pictures of her. But all the other vendors, when I take a picture of a piece, I take a picture of their card, and then I make notes about the sizes and the price. So c'était 200 euros?
50.
50? 250. 50 euros.
No, too big.
Okay. Parfait. Monique also has the best light fixtures, so you always have to remember to look up when you come into her booth. She has the most unique, beautiful light fixtures.
Have you seen that one with the core?
Oui, I love that. It's stunning. You had an even bigger one before, right? Yes, I remember that. You have to see this chandelier. But these are magnificent. Look at this. Isn't this great? Est-ce que ça c'est Murano?
Oui.
Wow. These are like little mermaids that are hanging off of each one of these arms. I think the theme is very perfect for, you know, a house in the Hamptons. It has coral hangings and it's very colorful. It's really a magnificent light fixture. If you found this in New York, I'm sure it would be a gazillion dollars. C'est combien celui-là?
4,800.
4,800 euro. Actually, it's a bargain for Murano. C'est quel an?
From the 80s.
1980s. Isn't that fabulous? Et vous avez les tailles, à peu près?
Sorry?
Les tailles, les mesures.
80 high
80? 80?
High.
Okay.
and I would say 70 wide max.
Okay, great. Perfect. I'll have to check and see if it fits. So what's great about using my little program here is I can actually make notes. Monique is giving me all the dimensions. They give everything in centimeters here, so you have to do your conversion later. And then 80 tall. Voila. And then she said it was 4,800. So I have all the information here on one page, which is perfect, and I can send this to the client that I want to send it to. I love this program. It's called Faster Scan, and I can organize all my Paris shopping for one specific date, all in one folder, which is great. C'est un bon bureau, ça.
That one is 1,200.
Wow, it's really nice. This is beautiful.
And on the back, it's finished the same way.
Yeah, so it's like a partner style desk. Yeah, open on both sides. Is it c'est Janssen? Is it Janssen? No, c'est le style de Janssen. À peu près. More or less, not really.
The console is very chic.
That's gorgeous. I love that piece. I love these lamps too. These are really, really cute. That is actually beautiful. And I love I love that you've done the same shade on both of them.
Ouais.
And they have sort of the same personality, but they're two different
They are
sizes.
300 either one.
Wow. Those are super cute. Love that. I think I might have a home for those. I'm going to send them to a client. These are lovely too. These are gorgeous,
These are
actually.
100 euro what each.
Wow. Fabulous. Everything she has here is amazing. It's worth a treat to come and visit Monique's booth. We love everything that she has in here.
Thank you.
C'est toujours un plaisir. Right next to Monique's booth is Momo. We love Momo. His specialty is actually doing mirrors, and he finds and restores mirrors. And I purchased a beautiful mirror from him just about a couple months ago, perfect for my library over my mantle. Est-ce qu'on peut voir le miroir? Est-ce qu'on peut ouvrir? Peut-être, oui, la grande en arrière. He's going to pull it down for us. It's the mirror in the back. It's the mirror in the back, and it's Napoleon III. And what really draw me to it is actually these wonderful, sort of like egg and dart little details on it. And Momo was explaining that originally these would have been gilded, but I actually kind of like that the gilding has come off these little beads over time. And what he's going to do is he's actually going to take off some of the other gilding from the other beads so that they all sort of match each other. If you guys remember, my library is going to be red, so this is going to be perfect in my beautiful library. Of course, I measured this, and it fits perfectly between the top of my mantle and the underside of my crown molding. So I was super excited when I found it. And one of the things that I love about it is Napoleon III, and the building that I live in is called Napoleon III. It's actually the style of the building that it is. And it has a beautiful open filigree at the top. It has a lovely crown. So I'm excited that he's going to restore it for me, and we're going to put it over the mantle in the library. So he specializes really in restoring old mirrors. So what he does is he actually works with gesso. This is a very old technique. C'est un vieux technique, ça, oui. So avec gesso. So gesso is actually a kind of plaster of Paris that he takes imprints of these moldings, and then he creates infill on pieces that have been broken. Look how beautiful. This is before he's gilded it. Isn't it fabulous? He's a really talented guy. We love Momo.
Ah, c'est gentil. Voilà, c'est comme ça.
Oui.
Ça, c'est les empreintes.
Wow, look at that. Oh, this is amazing. Look at this. So he will make a little imprint in plastic, or it's like some kind of a rubber material, that then he will fill. Vous mettez le plâtre.
Après, oui, c'est du plâtre.
Oui, exact.
Et on aura la forme qu'on veut.
Ouais, c'est extraordinaire. Alors, vous avez réparé cette miroir,
oui,
restauré.
Ça, parce qu'avant, ça n'existait pas.
Oui.
Un fronton, là.
Ouais.
On a fabriqué.
So when he found this mirror, the crown was completely missing. So he has recreated all the pieces that go on top of this mirror. Isn't that brilliant?
Ça va être redoré, patiné, de la même chose.
C'est excellent, c'est vraiment beau. Alors, vous allez finir ça pour au mois d'août, le 1er d'août? Juillet, au bout de juillet.
Ça sera fait avant.
Parfait.
Tranquille.
We're hoping my contractor. J'espère que l'entrepreneur va être fini, but we're not sure.
Vous pouvez dormir sur les deux oreilles, comme on dit.
Est-ce que vous avez un paire de cette miroir-là?
Ça, c'est une paire.
Ah oui, oh my God. Well, I think we found our pair of mirrors, which is fabulous. We've been on a hunt for a pair of mirrors for a project, and I think I have found them here. Vous avez les tailles pour ça?
Ça, ils font 1m70 sur 40 cm. Glace biseautée.
1m70 par 40?
Oui.
Fabulous.
Ça, c'est des glaces entre deux.
Et c'est combien pour la paire?
Le prix, il faut 1800 €.
1800.
Ouais, pour la paire.
Et 160?
170.
70, yeah, 170. Vous avez votre carte? Je vais juste prendre une photo de votre carte.
J'ai pas la carte.
Non? Je sais.
Vous connaissez,
Oui, et 40?
Oui, 40 cm.
Perfect. Et s'il y a un paire, et pour le paire, c'est 1800.
Oui.
Parfait. Merci, Momo. You guys have to come see this. Come around and take a look at this.
And also the gilding is original.
The gilding is fantastic, yeah. So this is actually an etched glass. So it looks like aigle misé. Aigle misé is a back-painted glass, which is very common. But this is actually etched from behind. It's very unusual. I've never seen it. And Momo said he has actually never seen it before. It has a really great quality. It almost looks like, say, a... Wow, yeah. C'est magnifique, yeah. Wow. Amazing. It almost looks silvered in a way, doesn't it? Looks amazing. Wow. And it's completely smooth to the touch. It's actually, when you run your hands across it, you don't feel it at all. And it is actually brilliantly done. C'est magnifique. C'est quoi la provenance de ça? Napoleon III. Wow. C'est extraordinaire. Wow. All right. It was lovely to see you guys. Thank you so much. So now that we're done visiting Monique, the next thing is to do the indoor market, Serpette, which is actually my favorite. There's some wonderful booths with some wonderful vendors that we purchase lots of pieces of furniture from. So I'm excited to share this with you. Bonjour, monsieur. Ça va? Ça va. Ça va. Il n'est pas là. Bonjour. Ça va, ça va, ça va. Et vous? Yeah?
Oui, et toi?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
How's it going?
Parfait.
Did you make your hair lighter?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it. C'est très beau. We're here with Hélène Lalbaltry. Lalbaltry. Oops, sorry.
okay.
She's actually one of my favorite vendors here in the Paris Flea Market. And a lot of the pieces that I buy from her, when I Instagram them, people ask me, where did you get this piece? She has a brilliant eye. She has such magnificent things.
Merci,
Ça fait beaucoup des années qu'on a acheté beaucoup de choses. We bought many things from her over the years, and she has a great eye. And there's potentially a piece for Chateau Garrow sitting in the back of the booth over there. I'm going to have to measure for that later. Ooh, I love those floor lamps, gorgeous. Oui, oui. Oh, et j'ai besoin de ça dans mon vie. Dans ma vie.
Faut que je fasse restaurer le,
Yeah. Oh my God, maybe I use this in my apartment.
le plateau parce que.
I might buy this for my apartment.
Ok.
Parce que j'ai besoin d'une pièce dans mon salon. Non, mon salle à manger, 42. Okay. I'll check and see if it fits. This piece might actually be perfect for Chateau Garrow. We love. C'est très beau. I love the little feet on this. Look at this. Look at that little cutaway. It's so beautiful, so elegant. C'est très élégant.
Joli,
Ouais.
très élégant, ce qui est joli, c'est qu'on a l'impression qu'elle est encadrée. Tu vois,
Oui,
comme
complètement, yeah.
Comme un cadre. Et
Yeah.
là,
Very cute. So everybody's been raving about this piece of furniture that I just posted on Instagram, and I actually bought it from Hélène. Hélène is one of my favorite vendors here in the Paris Flea Market, and we buy many things from her,
Yes.
including this fabulous buffet.
c'est super bon.
C'était super bon,
Bravo,
magnifique.
hein.
Et c'est fini
Bravo à
la
toi, hein.
chambre parfaitement.
Avec les couleurs, top.
Oui.
Enfin, avec les,
She likes it, so that's a thumbs up. Bonjour, ça va? How are you doing? Nice to see you. How are you doing? Yvan was actually came to see the apartment that I'm working on in the 8th at the onset of the project. I walked him through and I showed him the layout because it's actually not too far from your galerie. C'est proche de votre galerie. So I wanted him to see what we were doing there. And he's been in on the project right from the beginning. So I love that he's really, really into it, studying my furniture plans very intricately. You guys might remember in a previous episode, we went to visit Yvan Royer in his shop, which was a block away from my old apartment in the 9th. And we've discovered Yvan's work and his beautiful eye for great things, and we've become close friends.
Yes.
And over the years, we've bought many, many beautiful things for our projects. So a lot of the pieces that you see on my Instagram, c'est un bon secret.
Oui.
On achète beaucoup de choses. We buy a lot of things from him. So we're very happy that he has actually a booth at the Serpette market. So we always make it a point to stop in here and say hello on Saturdays. Le samedi,
Yes,
vous êtes là,
yes.
toujours. Oui.
Yes, and
Saturday
we have
usually
new
here.
things every week.
Yeah.
For example, desk lamp,
Yeah, ça c'est extraordinaire.
which comes from Marie-Claude
Wow.
Lefebvre.
Oui, oh wow.
This is resin fractal,
Wow.
and
Yeah, c'est beau.
actually it comes from how do you say the master of the workshop.
Yeah.
And I know the daughter
Yeah.
of this man who's
Oui.
very old now.
Yeah.
And she sold me that. I'm very pleased to have it because it's a very, very nice lamp. And other things.
Yeah. Well, these are magnificent.
Yes, this can be chest of drawers, but you can use them as
Bedside tables,
Yes,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
you have 5 drawers.
Yeah.
It has been made in the 70s by Cavatorta.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
nice.
ils sont magnifiques, yeah.
Ouais,
I love them,
c'est
they're
sympa.
beautiful. They're really nice. C'est combien pour la paire?
5800 la paire.
I will take a picture et je dois faire les mesures.
Je vais te donner les mesures.
Merci, à bientôt.
Ciao.
The Serpette market is actually my favorite, but there is so much to see. You have to give yourself enough time. Also, when I come to Paris, I give myself a couple of extra days because there are some great shops in the city. We're going to go take a look at some of my favorites today. So come, let's go. We're here on Rue de Bourgogne, which is right around the corner from my apartment. It is a charming little street and it has such a conglomerate of beautiful little site-specific shops. There's also another little curiosity shop right here at the corner, and we're gonna go take a look and say hello to the vendor. Bonjour, Klavs. Ça va? Good, how are you? This shop is right around the corner from my apartment, and I walk by every single day, and I think, oh my goodness, he has the most interesting things. I love your arrangement of things.
So
how are
much.
you? Comment
Good
ça
to
va?
see you again.
Nice
Good.
to see
Ça
you.
va bien?
Ça va bien? Bon. How
think
long
we
have
need
you
to
been
speak
here?
English.
Yeah, I know. How long have you been here?
In 20 years now.
Yeah, it's been a long time actually. It's because my brother used to live actually around the corner on
Serious?
Rue
Yeah.
Saint-Dominique, and I
Yes.
remember when I was back in university, I was come by on Rue de Bourgogne and look into all the shops,
Right.
and I remember your shop from a long time ago, and now I have my apartment right around the corner. Well, tell us a little about your collection. I mean, you have a lot of mid-century modern pieces, which I
I'm
love.
Scandinavian.
Yeah.
So that
Sure.
probably shows. And
Yeah.
I suddenly came back, and I think we call it the Stockholm syndrome. You
Oh yeah.
tend to come back to all the things you rejected
It's
when
so
you
funny.
were a kid. So,
So
that's
true.
what I have
It's so
now.
true. It's
all
very
the things
true.
I grew up with.
Ah.
And here we go.
Well, I do love this chair though. This chair caught my attention.
That is a beautiful piece.
Really nice. Really nice.
It's,
Yeah.
It's actually the only thing that's actually French in here.
Right, I was going to
Sorry.
say, it's a little neoclassical, not as kind of Scandinavian.
And according to my art dealer friends,
Yeah.
it's a pair, and they're in solid mahogany, and it's unvarnished, which I really like.
Yeah, it's
about it.
wonderful, yeah.
And it was probably made for one of the famous Art Deco transatlantic cruisers.
Wow, wow, it
And that's
actually
why it's so
does
heavy
have
and
a,
big.
a
Yeah.
bulkiness to
And
it.
this
That,
is not going to move
right,
with the
right, with the
rocky
ships,
sea.
ships going around.
Exactly.
So
And
like
then I had
it's
recovered
a
in
white star line chair.
a Cunard line.
Cunard
or,
line,
you know,
yeah.
Normandy or whatever. Yeah,
Wow.
It's that kind of
Oh, c'est
spirit.
magnifique, I love it.
Yeah, and it's a pair.
I'm going to take a picture of this. This might be a contender for something at Chateau Garrow.
But I tried to do a Chateau Garrow, and then I put a fabric on, which is in the spirit of, but slightly flamed. But
Yeah.
when you have a showroom like this and things are for sale,
Yeah.
people also want to project themselves. So I couldn't have something that was too strong.
Of course. Yes, exactly. Everybody wants
Having
neutrals.
it redone in this spirit of art, and
Yes.
maybe having people.
Is
say,
it
"Okay, I
comfortable?
wanna buy
Let's
it."
try it out. Let's see how comfortable
It's
it is.
comfortable, but it's high. It's
Oh
tall.
wow, yeah, it really is very tall. But that's actually good. You know, I always like tall chairs. 'Cause I always work at my computer. and I like to
seating
have-
comfort is just
Yeah.
so great.
It's great, yeah. So I just love the fluting on this. It's
Yeah, me
beautiful.
too.
It's really, really nice. Lovely. Okay.
A good craftsman, as
Yeah.
you know, Garrow.
Yeah.
That's the key to everything.
Absolutely.
The right upholsterer, the right painter, carpenter.
100%.
Whatever.
Yeah. And I have
And
seen
that's what we have
your
in fact,
collection of
55.
fireplace tools are also beautiful.
Yeah, because being Scandinavian, I love fire, I love flames, I love
Yeah.
candlelight, I love light period.
Yeah.
Because we have long winters and
Yes.
less light. So lighting is important.
Yes.
And coziness, getting together.
Coziness, absolutely.
And so I found this made, which is Scandinavian looking, but it's actually a Swiss Italian. brand.
Wow, beautiful.
And which is it's a artisanal
Yep.
collection.
Sure.
So I've been working a lot with people like you, interior designers,
Yeah.
famous, less famous, and private people. Sometimes very tricky, but wonderful, interesting people
Yeah.
that wanted me to make commission pieces.
Right, so you do bespoke.
Yeah, exactly.
You custom
so
made.
okay,
Yeah.
we like this very much, but
Yeah.
it's not big
They're
enough
the right
because I have a
size.
chateau chimney.
Right.
So, okay, so I can make it twice as big. And,
Great.
And that's what I did.
Yeah,
And, that's
and
what's
actually
so amazing
sometimes
about it.
mixing a very contemporary piece with a traditional fireplace is really nice.
You know,
the contrast
it's all
is
about
beautiful.
mix and match
Yeah,
in
yeah.
style. And
Yeah, and that's
you
what I
know,
love about
taking-
your shop too. Actually, I love all your combination of things, beautifully put together. Always very inspiring. I love this chandelier.
Which is, yeah, it's actually German. It's a German Art Deco.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it's not actually wired
it's
up.
not wired up.
Because I don't
Yeah,
have a dimmer on it.
yeah,
And when you light these up, they're very bright, but they're dimmable.
yeah.
Because this is, the actual looks like a thick, stylized candle.
It really
is
does look like
actually
a
light
candle.
bulb.
Oh, that's great. Oh, the whole thing.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
lights up.
Oh, I
That
see.
is the light
Oh,
bulb.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Well, I love it. I
Um,
love
so-
the style of it. It's so
And you
nice.
can
So
unscrew this if
it's
you don't want to.
yeah, so tall.
Somebody tall like me.
Well, I have tall ceilings at Chateau Garrow,
There you
so
go. There you go.
we are looking for a few light fixtures.
If you
so-
have the most, I mean, I just think about this in a bathroom.
yes,
It would
yeah.
be amazing
Actually, I love
in
that
a
idea. Yeah, yeah.
Chrome,
I do.
having
Yeah,
chrome faucets.
yeah.
No,
It's
but
beautiful.
I wonder,
German
yeah,
Art Deco. Art Deco. Yeah, beautiful.
1925,
Yeah.
30, yeah.
Wow, beautiful.
Rewired, everything I have is,
Great.
of course, being restored
Yes.
back to acceptable shape. I don't want
Absolutely.
things to look new,
Yeah,
but they
Yeah.
need to have a little patina, but still
Yes.
rewired according to modern standards
great.
for
Yeah.
security.
Well, you need that. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't want
yes.
to put someone's
Yeah.
house on fire.
Oh gosh, that would
Because
not
it's
be
a
good.
short circuit.
That would not be good.
No.
Also, I caught these lamps. This floor lamp is beautiful. This is
that
gorgeous.
it's actually pear, and I'm gonna light it up for you.
Wow. Yes. Let's see.
It is that's actually Italian Art Deco.
Okay. Yes. Beautiful.
Slightly dimmer, but it's Pietro Chiesa. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
a
Chiesa.
very
I love his work. Yeah. Beautiful work.
famous designer and house.
Yeah.
Fontana Arts are known for what they call notched
Yeah.
glass.
It's
Which is
very
basically
difficult to do. Yeah.
There's a lot of loss.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of it
They
breakage.
literally chip at it. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is a wonderful piece. And I actually found them in Copenhagen, strangely enough. It's
Yeah.
very intriguing. And
Beautiful.
the bronze details, and they
It's
weigh
gorgeous.
a ton. And
Yeah.
they're fun
And they're
to
a
deliver,
pair.
but
They're a pair.
And it's a pair, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
It's
Beautiful.
spectacular. And this is so magical because it
Gorgeous.
captures the light,
Love
natural
it.
daylight, and the actual electric light.
Fabulous.
Good stuff.
Nice. Thank you so much for the insightful tour.
Well, thank you
I
for
love all
coming.
your objets too. You have beautiful objets.
I think a house is what is a house without
Exactly.
tchotchkes.
Oh my God! I always fight my
so-
clients, and I tell them, when you finish your apartment, you're not really finished until you have your personal effects. And personal effects are really things that really, they engage your personality. They show people who you are, and that's really decorating your tabletops. And that's really it's key for me to making a home feel like a home is when you have personal effects. So I love all the beautiful little
Like
objects.
books.
Yes, like books and like
No
objects and
finishing touches.
candlesticks and little interesting bowls and dishes like this. This is so beautiful. Look, this is even has provenance. Gorgeous.
It is Scandinavian.
And this horse. I love this horse.
1930s Danish,
Beautiful.
faience.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I love that. And I love this is really gorgeous as well. Is that Danish?
That's Swedish.
That's Swedish.
Yeah,
Swedish.
That's Gustav's bag.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love his stuff. It's so beautiful. A lot of Japanese artists were inspired by his work. You see a lot of that. It's very nice. Good. Thank you so much for
You're
letting us
welcome.
come take
Have
a look at
great
your shop.
afternoon, and
We'll be coming by as we're finishing up Chateau Garrow to pick up a few things.
Time to see the final
Well,
blue.
you have to come. You have to
will.
come.
With pleasure.
It's in progress.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Klaus. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. This is my favorite type of shop in Paris, where it's a conglomerate of just fabulous little curiosities. You can just imagine the personality of the vendor who owns this shop, just been collecting all these wonderful things over the course of many decades. I just love this shop. It's called Entrer sans frapper, so it means enter without knocking. We just came in. I said, "Oh, I'm entering without knocking," but of course the vendor is not even here. We've been through this shop a few times. Some beautiful things. The best part of shopping in Paris, of course, is when you get to have a break, a lunch break. There is never a shortage of the fabulous, most amazing places to eat throughout Paris. And this is one of my little favorite little coffee shops. It's a little pizzeria. I love it. Bonjour, pour deux personnes? Extérieur? Oui? Normally when I'm in New York, I avoid my carbs, but when you're in Paris, what can you do? Bon appétit! And of course, no visit to Paris is complete for me without a visit to my job site to meet with my contractor. I can't wait to share with you what has transpired over the last couple of weeks. The transformation is amazing. Bonjour Edouard, ça va? Wow, things are really starting to shape up. Come and take a look at the dining room. This is the space that's actually the most transformed. If you remember, of course, we've discussed this several times, that we purchased these fabulous pilasters which have been positioned as anchorages to this dining room space. There are 8 of these pilasters, 1 in each of the corners. We've added the overdoor panels, and now we've just started to add in the panel moldings. The room has really gotten some real architecture. It's really going to be the powerhouse of the architectural feature of my apartment. I'm super thrilled with how it's turning out. So one of the most important things of my architectural detailing on this apartment were the overdoor panels, which we had discussed previously. I was inspired by the Karl Lagerfeld mansion, where we saw these beautiful overdoor panels, and I approached my contractor and asked him if he could make these overdoors for me. Look how magnificent they are. They really raise your eye into thinking that the doorway openings go all the way up to the ceiling. It's a great trick. It's fabulous. But the other thing that was a big challenge in this apartment were actually the wood floors. So I fell in love with the wood floors when I purchased the apartment, and look how gorgeous these are. These are the original wood floors that were in this apartment. Of course, we just lightly sanded them and put a top coat finish on them, but they're absolutely gorgeous. In the other areas of the apartment where there was wall-to-wall carpeting, I was hoping that they had the wood underneath the wall-to-wall carpet, but unfortunately, they had ripped out the wood. So it was a bit of a challenge to find the wood to match, but I was able to do it. I went online and we were able to find this great source, and we designed and installed wood flooring. Come in through, like take a look at this. Isn't this fabulous? So this is actually a reclaimed wood that we were able to find. It's almost exactly the same provenance, same age as the floors out in my living room area. And I detailed it with this beautiful architectural feature centered on the doorway. If you guys remember, we created this amazing doorway with these columns from the flea market. So if you remember, this was just a wall. There was no opening here at all. So we created this opening, and I found these great columns of the Paris flea market, which we put in, and voila, fantastic. And we were able to create the center line of the doors going into the primary bedroom, and then I was able to actually design the floor to be on the center line of the opening. How fabulous is that? The other detail that I am super, super thrilled with, and I can't wait for you guys to see, are actually these overdoor oculus panels that I designed. So come on through. I want to take a look for you to come see this. So, a few weeks ago, I remember I had actually sketched this out, and I did a little video on Instagram showing you guys this inspiration that I did for this beautiful opening that goes through from the bedroom into the bathroom. Look at that magnificent overdoor oculus panel. Isn't that great? Edouard, c'est absolument magnifique. Magnifique. Les proportions sont parfaites. C'est absolutely, you know, and the best part of working with a contractor like Edouard, he is actually like an architect. He spends a lot of time doing drawings, studying proportions and scale. So he would send me a drawing and I would send him a drawing. I did a sketch and he would do a sketch. And we actually built the perfect door. Isn't it perfection? Yeah. The proportions are excellent. C'est vraiment très spécial. J'aime beaucoup.
Yes. Il y a une vraie complicité architecturale.
Oui, n'est-ce pas? Yeah, he said we make a good team. I think so. So speaking about the Oculus design, which was the overdoor panel inspiration from my bathroom to my bedroom, the inspiration really stemmed from the kitchen window, where we designed this fabulous oculus window between the kitchen and the primary bathroom, which is behind. And because the ceiling is quite tall, you're actually not looking through into the bathroom, but what you're seeing is the window in the bathroom, which brings in a lot of light into the kitchen, which is wonderful. So here is my inspiration sketch for the kitchen. And Edouard just showed me the cabinetry that's in the shop. It's really magnificent. You have to see this. So I wanted to design the cabinetry to actually have that curvature. The idea of the apartment is really the stemming nature of the curvature started with a curved window wall in my living room, and then I repeated it as the curved oculus panels. And now look at this beautiful cabinet that he has made, which is going to be the feature focal point in my kitchen. I can't wait to get these installed. So coming up next, on the next Homeworthy episode, you'll be seeing these cabinets installed. I can't wait. But look at this amazing window. C'est magnifique, ça. C'est vraiment magnifique. I love it. N'est-ce pas?
Avec la fenêtre rénovée,
Oui, ça va être...
ça sera mieux.
Exactly, yeah. Well, we're obviously going to change the glass in the transom window and the window across where you actually see it was boarded up. If you remember, all the ceilings in the back areas of the apartment were dropped to 8 feet. So when we first bought the apartment, it was the first thing I had Edouard do, say, ouvrir tous les plafonds pour voir le plus haut possible. And my goal was to get all the ceilings up to the 13-foot dimension as much as possible. I'm not allowing him to drop any ceilings. On devrait garder tous les centimètres. I love the idea of the amphithéâtre, which is a very French way of designing. So when you stand here from the entrance foyer and look through, you can see this beautiful amphithéâtre going through from the entrance foyer. Somebody on Instagram was getting mad at me for pronouncing foyer as a foyer instead of foyer. So I'm now pronouncing it as the proper French foyer. But here we are. Look at this magnificent string of space. So you go from the entrance foyer to the dining room, through into the bedroom hallway, and into the guest bedroom beyond. I love the arch-to-arch relationship of the architecture, and by putting those over-door panels, we're really able to play up the architecture. It's fabulous. And this is the other axis through the other side of the apartment. So it's symmetrical, and it crosses the apartment on both sides. This is the amphithéâtre looking through from the living room to the dining room and into the library. And the focal point is this fabulous bookcase that my contractor has been gracious enough to install for us. Look how fabulous this room is. So this is the library. This is going to be my red room. This is the room that I'm going to spend most of my time in. And these two bookcases are really the anchor to the room. Ils sont magnifiques, la bibliothèque, Edouard. Vraiment très spécial. Oui, on doit discuter les couleurs le prochain. Color is coming up. I can't wait to get some color onto these walls. If you remember, we had this magnificent gilded mirror that we bought for this room. It's going to go over the fireplace, which is opposite from these bookcases. So I feel like the room is beautifully symmetrical. I can't wait to start getting some of these colors and these decorative elements going. So the central room to the apartment is the dining room, and this is the room that has the most architecture to it. So this room is actually going to be sort of a generator of the color story. I wanted it to have a deep caramel color. This will be the color that's probably going to go on most of the walls and most of the trim throughout the space. And then contrast to it, the pilasters, our famous pilasters that we're so happy to have in the room, are going to be accented in just a little bit, slightly, less color intonation, just to give them a little bit of a highlight through the space. And then off of this room will be the bolder colors. For instance, the living room is going to be a bright, brilliant turquoise color with a copper color ceiling. And then off of the dining room will also be my red library. So I can't wait to share with you all the brilliant colors that we're planning on using in this apartment. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy seeing them come to life as much as I am. So the curve generator for this apartment really was the beginning point, which was the inspiration. It was inspired by the living room window. When you first come in the front door and you look towards the living room, there's this brilliant curved window that really characterizes the architecture of the apartment. So when I purchased the apartment, I loved the view looking to the right, but I didn't love the view looking to the left. It was just a solid wall here. And even though it was a mur porteur, with a little bit of a difficulty getting approval from the managing agent and the building to actually make this opening, but we were able to do it. We put in some structural steel and we were able to open up this wall, and we created this curved little niche, a recessed niche, which replicates the concept of the curve when you first come in and see the bay window on the right in the living room and the curvature of this wall, which leads you back into a small closet vestibule and the powder room in the back, as well as the service entrance, which will actually be hidden behind a sliding panel. It's going to be great. I can't wait. And look at these brilliant over-door panels. So again, these openings will actually not have doors in them, but they will be cased. There'll be beautiful casing moldings. And look at that magnificent curved architecture, architrave over-door panels that they were able to build. They are absolutely beautiful. Can't wait to see this finished. So coming up soon on the next episode of Homeworthy, hoping to show you some of the brilliant colors we're going to start using. So we're on our way to finishing this apartment. So I can't wait for you guys to see it all come together.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content, shopping guides, and so much more.